you worried about your bills and trying to decide what the best course of action is to resolve your financial problems? Many adults wonder how they fell so far behind their financial plans. They find themselves deep in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and worrying about money. When we were kids, we assumed we would be rich by now. We'd be making so much money and have no financial issues. However, there was no class to teach us how to do things right, and it was so easy to fall into all the traps and bad habits that led us to a challenging situation financially. So what to do now? The good news is that this is not rocket science, and there are simple principles that can be applied that will make a substantial difference to your personal financial situation. Here are 9 practical steps to get on the path to financial freedom. Before we begin, please like this video and hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on so you will be first to know about new content. Our mission at the Personal Finance and Investing channel is to empower people to achieve financial independence. Subscribing will help us achieve that goal. Now, let's get back to today's video. Number 1. Live on cash for 2 weeks. When was the last time you paid cash for everything you bought? By using credit cards, many people develop bad financial habits and get deeply into debt. We quickly lose the ability to distinguish between what we can and can't afford to buy. On the other hand, if you pay with cash, you increase your discipline. Consider what would happen if you walked into a restaurant with a $10 bill versus having a credit card in your hand. If all you had was $10 in cash, you would not spend more than that. You would only order that simple entree where the cash would cover the cost, tax, and tip. You would be much more aware of the actual costs. However, if you brought a credit card, you would be desensitized to how much you were spending. You would be enticed to get that appetizer, dessert, and extra drink. Studies show that people spend significantly more when they pay with credit card than when they pay with cash. The first thing you need to do is put all of your cards away for at least 2 weeks. Only use cash to make purchases. Think about how aware you are about how much things cost and any different decisions you would make if you had a credit card with no cap on it. Number 2. Be mindful about your spending. Do you really know where you spend money? Many of us spend without really being thoughtful about where our money goes. As financial expert Dave Ramsey says, most people have a lot of month left at the end of their money. Do you know how many subscriptions you have being charged to your credit cards automatically that you have forgotten? Consider using a service like Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, that will analyze your credit card transactions to identify and cancel unwanted subscriptions automatically. For 2 weeks, keep a spending journal. Keep track of your expenses. Really track what you spend money on and how much you spend. Did you really need to buy that? Could you have eaten a less expensive meal at home rather than eating out? Be aware of what you spend money on and how much you spend. You will gain some eye-opening insights about your default habits. This will enable you to make conscious decisions about how you spend your money. Number 3. Create a budget and stick to it. The most frequently disregarded solution to most people's money problems is developing and sticking to a budget. Knowing how to spend your money thanks to a budget or spending plan makes life simpler. Start with a clear understanding of how much money you make. Then subtract out fixed expenses that you cannot change, such as taxes, social security, health insurance premiums, rent, car payments, etc. The remaining balance will be how much you can spend on variable costs such as food. Determine an appropriate amount you want to spend on each line item for a given month. For example, plan how much you want to spend on groceries, eating out, entertainment, going to the movies, buying clothes, etc. Try to allocate as much as possible for long-term financial benefits such as paying more than the minimum on debts and saving for the future. At the end of the month, carefully track how much you actually spent on each line item compared with how much you budgeted for that line item. Determine why there were differences. Did you budget poorly? Did you overspend? For the next month, make tweaks to your budget to continue to optimize it. Try to reduce discretionary spending and increase how much you save. Optimize this every month to constantly improve your financial situation. We will make a dedicated video on budgeting in the future. Number 4. Cut your spending. It is highly likely that there are opportunities to trim fat out of your budget. Can you cut out streaming subscriptions? Can you reduce or eliminate eating out? Can you make coffee at home rather than buying it at a coffee shop? Can you live without buying clothes or buying fewer outfits? Can you put off that trip for a month or quarter to save up for it? Can you skip going to the bar with friends or maybe drink at home instead? Can you pay off high-interest loans like credit cards early so you reduce how much you pay in interest? Can you not buy something just because it is on sale? Can you turn down your thermostat at night or while everyone is away during the day? Can you use more coupons during grocery shopping so you save money on staples? Most of these solutions are inconvenient or difficult to apply. We get it. However, these little things can add up to big dollars. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Over time you'll develop healthier financial habits and it will be easier to maintain them once you have momentum. Don't give up when things get challenging. Keep at it and constantly strive to cut back on spending. Warren Buffett once said, "Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken." Build good habits and your future self will thank you. Number 5. Pay off your debts. If you have debt, you will never achieve financial freedom. You must get out of debt. Start by cutting up your credit cards so you don't get deeper into debt. Similarly, focus on paying off your highest interest debt such as credit cards. Some financial gurus suggest paying off your smallest debt first so you can achieve some psychological momentum early. Either way, pay down your debt. Consider using the debt snowball. This is a tactic where you first pay off one debt. Then apply that payment to your second debt so you pay off the second debt more quickly. After you pay off the second debt, apply the payment of the first and second debts to your third debt and so on and so forth. This should lead to ever-increasing pace at which you pay off your debts. Related to this is to increase your income. There are numerous ways that you can gain some money via side hustles. Driving for Uber or Lyft or delivering for Instacart, DoorDash, Grubhub, or Uber Eats is a great way to make some extra income in a way that allows you to control your own schedule. Do a garage sale which will produce some money and reduce clutter. Open up an Etsy store. Set up a profile on a freelance site for gig work such as Upwork or Fiverr. Make money online. There are numerous ways to have side hustles and we will dedicate videos in the future to go into more detail on this topic. Number 6. Save for the future. Financial freedom requires saving for the future. Your time horizon might change depending on what you are trying to accomplish. Are you saving for a car? You might think about saving for 1 year. A house? Save for 5 years. Kids' college? 18 years. Retirement? 20 to 40 years. There are a few principles to investing to consider. 1. The longer you have before you need the money, the riskier you can be with your investments. In general, risk and reward are correlated, so investing in riskier assets, such as small growth stocks, can lead to higher returns but also risk of decreasing in value. If you have a long horizon, you can afford more risk because you have longer to make up for any short-term losses. 2. Maximize free money such as 401k employer matching, tax-free or tax-deferred growth in Roth and traditional IRAs or college savings accounts. 3. Diversify your investments. Instead of putting all your savings into a single stock, spread out your portfolio across many stocks or mutual funds to spread the risk across many assets. We will go into much greater detail on saving for the future and investing in upcoming videos. This is it for today's video. What do you think? Tell us in the comment section below and let us know if there are specific topics you want us to cover or questions you want us to answer. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can help achieve our mission of empowering people to achieve financial independence. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.